I'll give you a chance to introduce yourself to me.
Do you want me to talk to you or
Whoever
the
you want.
camera?
It doesn't matter. Whatever you
Okay.
want.
So my name is Aliyah. I founded and run Citrus and Salt along with my sister. We're both from California. And we do cooking classes and different food events like birthdays, bachelorettes. And we also cook for soldiers. So we've made about 100,000 meals this year. And we're also starting to think about what will this look like as when the war does end. So we want to do cooking classes for people suffering with PTSD as well. So we're
Amazing.
trying to combine both volunteering and the business aspect and also community aspect. So both with giving back to the community in terms of
100%.
food, but also Shabbat and different meals. So our
Okay.
ethos is very much community through food.
Beautiful. That's great.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Thank you once again for joining me for episode number 8 of Into Reality Pod with Bernie. That's me, and Aliyah, who you just heard introduce herself. Right now, you're watching Aliyah do one of the things she does best, and it's give a demonstration as to how to make one of the best schnitzel recipes. I don't want to spoil too much of what we speak about, of what Citrus and Salt offers, because she does an amazing job at doing so during the episode. So I'm so happy, once again, that you join me as I turn my idea into reality. Hope you enjoy the episode.
Citrus and Salt is the
The name of the
is the name of
business.
the business,
And then our volunteering branch, we named Citizens Kitchen. It was very much like during wartime. We're like, okay, we need a name. Go, go, go. So
okay, nice.
we wanted to take on its own identity. So we gave it Citizens Kitchen as a name. And that's good because then when people donate money or they come to volunteer, they know it's for that specific project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So throughout this conversation, even though I've already told you, is I want to highlight obviously your business, which is so cool, and I also want to highlight you as an individual because there's a lot of people who have ideas living in their head that they haven't acted on, which is something I mentioned a lot. Also, people that either want to move to Israel or have already moved to Israel and think it's like even harder here to make it, and you're doing it,
It's really hard.
but it's possible, and you're doing it very successfully, which is huge.
Yeah.
So it's nothing to be left unrecognized. You should feel proud of that. You and your sister should feel proud, and anyone who helps you should feel proud of that as well.
Yeah, feel proud.
And then you can mention her by name. We'll see if it makes it into the episode. But it's great. I was looking at the Instagram page, the main Citrus and Salt Instagram page. Almost 6,000 followers. So good job. I hope that this episode can bring it above 6K.
Yeah, right? We're like, come on, we're like 75
Yeah.
more people.
Yeah. You mentioned that you used to work in PR, which is cool, which is why you look very comfortable and confident more than me right now.
Maybe I'm just tired, man.
Yeah. Yeah. What did you used to do in PR?
I was a PR professional for high-tech companies, so
Okay.
we try to get them in front of international media.
Okay. Nice.
But my brain doesn't work so well with high-tech and technology. I much prefer like food and things that are very hands-on.
Right. And
So.
you've been cooking since you were
A kid.
okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And when did this idea come to you, like to actually do something with your like appreciation for cooking?
So I was doing my master's degree in conflict resolution and mediation, and I started this as a side hustle out of my little table
Ar-
near Shukka Carmel in my apartment,
Nice. Around what year?
2016.
Okay.
But it sort of went on the back burner. I got a job in PR because you need to just get a job, and
Mhm.
I ended up loving it, and I had a great boss and mentor. And then this kind of came back up while I was doing that because everybody needs to make side money. And they were very patient with me, so I did this on nights and weekends, and it grew until I did it full time. I think I jumped off to full time when I had my maternity leave for my second kid.
Wow.
So then I was like, okay, let's go, let's do this full time. And then my sister ended up joining me full time.
What year was that in the second maternity leave?
Oh, 2021. So it was like
Wow.
right at the end of Corona, like peak.
Mm-hmm.
And tourists were starting to come back, so we were able to like really dig in.
Okay. Wow. And for those 5 initial years, what, you rented one of those stands at Shukka Carmel?
No, I did classes out of my house.
Okay.
And then I would also like
Nice.
rent studios for like larger classes, or I'd partner with orgs like Nefesh B'Nefesh to do classes out of their facilities.
Dope.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
We had all different kinds of embassy officials over at my house. People from all over the world would come.
That's intimidating.
Oh no.
No.
So what I like when I travel, I love to take cooking classes, and the best ones are out of people's houses and businesses.
Yeah, for sure. The most authentic.
Oh yeah, and they care the most.
Yeah, 100%.
People get to play with my kid, and
Yeah,
you know,
it's very
it's
personal.
way less of a headache than actually having a real building that I have to pay rent for.
And how would you decide what meals to make?
Too many choices confuses people and makes them upset.
Yeah.
So we have set menus.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you set the menus? Because there's too many choices of anything you can create the menu to be.
So our most popular one used to be classic Israeli, with like hummus, shakshuka, pita, falafel, all the highlights that people really hear about and they want to learn to make and take the experience as a souvenir. Now, because there's less tourists, we tend to do more Italian and Thai, Mexican, Korean, flavors that people miss. So we either host chefs from those countries, or we've traveled to those countries and really understand the flavor profile,
Nice.
where to source the ingredients,
That's
and
amazing.
give over that information in like a nice social setting. So our ethos is to try to get as close to the actual food, the flavors as possible, and or make it fun, have a relaxing cooking experience while like meeting other locals who enjoy, a variety of activities.
That's amazing. I know like good Mexican food is hard to come by in Tel Aviv, so I feel like that's a very good niche to hit.
That class keeps selling out because the chef is from Mexico and he teaches like birria, handmade tortillas.
Nice.
It's really possible to source the ingredients now, so he like really lays down information.
Yeah. So do you eat out ever?
Yeah, sometimes.
What do you have some favorite spots?
First of all, I think the food quality here is so good. Like people do an amazing job.
But I'm just the guy, and you're like a chef.
No, but like, okay, so the international food. Hello.
Hey.
The international food scene is hit or miss. I don't mean the diasporic cuisines. Like Ethiopian's amazing, Libyan, like so good.
Even like burgers, I think like the burger game in Tel Aviv is
really good.
Insane. I don't know if you like burgers.
I like burgers, but I will always go for like Thai curry instead.
Yeah. A lot of Thai places too.
Thai is having like a super renaissance right now, and some of the materials just became legal and are easier to get, and like so much passion for Thai.
What's your favorite Thai?
I really No, I do. I really like when I don't have to cook.
Yeah.
Onauma, I really like.
Where's that one?
It's like on or near Karlibach, near the Gindi Towers.
Okay.
Really good.
I haven't been.
It's not one of the famous ones, and I think it's very good.
No, but it's good to ask you because I feel like you know.
Thai at Harsina, I really like.
Yeah, that one's a more known one.
Yeah. But only because it's been around longer.
Yeah.
Everybody names Beit Thailandi and Nam.
I really like. This is very specific. I love the pad Thai from Vong. Have you had it or no?
I don't think so.
They use this like angel hair pasta, and it's so like unique.
So they're probably using bean noodles.
It's amazing. It's so good. Okay. I love the consistency and like it's so easy to like eat. You just like inhale it because it's so small.
Yeah. Like
but it's good.
70 shekels later.
Yeah. Exactly. But it's really good, honestly.
Yeah, so I just like, especially like the more like I visit the States, like the food quality here, just in terms of freshness and like just like a lot of thought going into the recipes, even if it's a sandwich or a salad, like really generally very, very, very good. And the coffee here is very good.
That's amazing.
So that, I mean, as a foodie, I really appreciate that.
Yeah. How has your menus changed like since you were little versus now, and all the experiences that you've like gained throughout your life? How have they influenced your menus?
With the business or like my life?
But like I was asking more personal, but I assume the business has like a touch of you or less because it's what people want more than what you want to show people.
We try to meet people halfway, so what they want, but also like I try to like read into like, okay, there's this many people, these are dietary restrictions, this is the experience they're hoping to have,
right? And
then I suggest things. Sometimes they want to do 10 dishes, but their friends don't actually like cooking, so we're able to like advise them that they like pick a simpler menu, right? Or if their goal is to just have fun, or if their goal is to really learn recipes that they can repeat. So we try to steer them in the direction that future them will be happy with.
Okay.
And it's not always about like stuffing like multiple recipes in.
Fine, makes sense. So for your personal cooking, let's say, how has that changed throughout like the different experiences and
So
flavors you've
because
been?
I'm always shopping for unique ingredients, I like bring stuff home. So like right now I have like extra chicken broth from the sandwiches we made for soldiers, and then I had some tom yum paste, and I had lemongrass and kaffir lime
Tom
leaves. So then
Yum.
I made like tom kha gai just like randomly for my kids for dinner.
Wow,
And it's like
it's nice.
just everything's in my fridge.
It's nice.
So or like we had leftover Mexican birria and stuff. So
You think your kids are gonna like think you guys are Thai or something?
no, like they're becoming foodies though.
Yeah, good, as they should be.
When they're not just eating butter pasta, they're
That's also really good.
yeah, sorry.
But butter pasta and Parmesan cheese is
Hmm?
nice and simple. Is
Yeah,
your-
they love Parmesan.
yeah, yeah, I'm sure. Tel Aviv actually does have good cheeses in my opinion. I know we were speaking about cheeses before. What do you think about it? You can
Yeah.
disagree. You can disagree.
No,
if you
like
don't think-
listen, like I'm not like a particular cheese snob. I just
Uh-huh.
like cheese, but I do bring back cheddar from the States. It's like my one
Really?
thing where I like go to Costco, I get the kilo of cheddar, I
Yeah.
bring it back. My kids
That's
really
valid,
like
yeah.
it.
Wow.
Yeah. But
Okay.
mostly I've stopped taking things back from the States because you can find it here now.
Yeah.
Even pineapples are affordable now.
Yeah. Is there pineapples are always available or no? Or is it one of those
They're
seasonal
newly affordable.
fruits? Okay.
In the last month or two, I've started noticing that you can get a pineapple for under 20 shekels.
That's great. It might be season because I know like mangoes, for example, are like a really seasonal fruit here, and even though you could get it when it's not in season, it's like not anywhere nearly as tasty and probably more expensive as well.
Yeah, we'll see. It's the first year with it that I've noticed. I don't know.
Right. And is your husband a foodie or was he before?
He's
You?
a foodie.
He's a foodie naturally.
Now, now that we're married.
Oh my God, there's this fly. You see
It's,
how big
yeah,
it is?
it's ridiculous. Should we politely ask the fly to leave?
I just hit it. I
This
just injured it, I
fly
think.
is like crushing his soul. I want Vincent to come get the laundry, Shanel. No. Oh, no, he got it. He got my message. Blue checkies.
Blue chuggies.
He comes and picks it up on a scooter.
It's nice.
What a guy.
Very Israel.
Wow, it's so wonderful.
So when the war started, you had Citrus and Salt already running as a business. How did you balance like the volunteer portion of it versus the business? Was the business on pause for a
The
little
business
bit?
was paused for
Okay.
like 3-4 months.
Okay, so from October to like around February.
Like we started doing like a spattering of classes December and January, but
Mhm.
nothing like
Not consistent.
it's like been on the back burner.
Mm-hmm.
It's very much didn't seem important. We actually signed on this place October 4th. We had another brick and mortar, so then we had 2 leases when the war started.
Right.
It was going to overlap a month, which is fine because I love the idea of like spending a little extra money and moving in slowly and like
Yeah, I agree 100%.
treat yourself, But then we had 2 leases and we had no income. So we started the war kitchen on the 8th, officially started cooking on the 9th. We were out of the mush beer. Your elbow seems really itchy.
Because I think this fly got me.
I don't know if you're going to like the footage of you scratching your elbow so much.
I know, but it's okay. I'm not self-conscious like that. Like I'm like touching my ear and stuff. It's fine.
Is that Vincent? Our hero. Oh, what a guy. I've actually bagged it up already. Oh, you brought a bag because you know us so well. SOS, man.
Hello.
Hi.
How was your weekend?
I worked way too much. Did you
You
work?
worked on weekend? Also?
Yeah, boo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, because that's when people want to do stuff.
Ah. So you don't have time to go anything at all?
Well, what can I say? Work hard, make small amounts of money.
Parties, nothing.
Thank you so much.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Have a good day. Shabbat.
Shabbat
Shabbat
tov. I believe he's from Senegal.
He's the guy. He has a store there. I'm pretty sure I did my dry cleaning with him.
He's the best.
He has amazing customer service, amazing prices. I called these other places to dry clean like a suit jacket. Minimum I got was like 75 and like just like rudeness on the phone. And I called him. He's like, yeah, 45. Come.
So one
Easy.
reason I love being in this neighborhood, and I have no
Mhm.
idea what question you asked before this, is that like we know all the dudes. So we have the vegetable dudes who like run around. I like ride around with them in the beginning of the war on their like little tuk-tuk, and
Oh
like,
yeah,
like really like everybody here, and everybody's really nice. So it's
yeah,
just really like a very community oriented.
that's good.
Okay, so we started cooking out the mush beer bar.
Mhm.
The people offered it to us, and we got out about 15,000 meals those first 3 weeks. And then we moved here November 1st when our lease started because we had to pay the rent.
This was 2023.
Yeah. So then we were cooking out of here, so I was able to use donations to pay for the space and pay for the food, and then people volunteered for free. And volunteers came for free, and like drivers and such. So then we were able to just operate it and then put in water and put in the
Amazing.
stove and put in the vent. I'm like, what did we have?
Amazing.
So it's very much like draining the swamps.
Yeah.
And so we just, now we're like more consistent and it's much more relaxed.
Nice.
Um,
And do you guys shop like obviously locally relative to Tel Aviv, but do you go around here to pick up all the ingredients for the classes usually?
yeah, I mean, I try to get orders in so we have to run around less. So we order, and like, we try to get kosher ingredients and all that. So either
Yeah.
the local kosher butcher or the Levinsky Shuk for fresh spices,
Okay.
or Super Saw will do orders.
Right.
I like it because they let me change my mind on things up until like 10 hours before.
Oh, that's
so
perfect. Well,
it's so good.
could be a little less than 10. Like 10 hours is still a lot, but yeah, it's good.
It's better.
It's enough.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
listen.
better than nothing.
Yeah, because sometimes it's like, okay, so if we're
Yeah.
feeding a unit of 200 people and then suddenly there's like a bunch of vegetarians, like I really need to like be able to add in some
Right.
other stuff. So
You guys have prepared meals for like units as well?
yeah.
Or I guess that's the assistant's kitchen portion of it.
Yeah.
And how does that work logistically? You guys prep it? Do you guys partner with anyone to like actually get it to the bases? Or?
Yeah, so now I like work with different connectors, movers and shakers, and they
Yeah,
have their
yeah.
own driver units, and then they come and we load it up and goes to the borders.
Nice. And you put it in like those disposable tin trays, I assume, or
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes
Okay.
it's in individual boxes. It depends if they're eating in the shetach or not.
right in the field. Cool. That's that's crazy. Also, it's really good that you guys were able to adapt quickly in a time where you were in between stuff and like let's say draining more money than normal. You had to even do more than
I had a volunteer come back this week who said she had like volunteered this first week, and
Mhm.
she was the one I had put in charge of running my daughter, who was 2, to the bomb shelter,
Yeah.
because I like had like 4 different people just watching my kids because their schools were canceled.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's so great. You did a good job.
How old is she?
She was in her 20s or
Oh,
something. I don't know.
Okay. No, I was wondering if she was like someone because I saw there was like a middle school or something near
There's a school
here.
here. It's
Yeah.
like a very mixed international neighborhood
Yeah.
school. It's really nice.
Do they come here ever? The kids or the
No.
parents?
Oh, we had one of the parents come.
Mm-hmm.
It's really nice.
Okay.
She made us Eritrean food.
Nice. I don't even know what that entails.
Just goodness.
It was good. It was
Yeah.
good. Yummy. Good. Nice. And then in terms of what's in store for the rest of this year, beginning of next year.
So we launched our online cooking course. So we've been selling that. It's really nice for people to get a taste of Israel without leaving their own kitchens.
100%.
We are hosting more birthday dinners and different like kind of chef evenings. We're doing more and more cooking classes. So we added Mexican to the menu. We've been having Indian cultural nights.
Nice.
We have been doing like Thai and sushi and stuff, which is really fun. And we're also renting out the studio because I'm like, okay, let's pay the bills,
Yeah, 100%.
And we're just trying to evolve and pivot and adapt whatever to the new no tourist reality.
Yeah.
I know that it's been going on a year.
Minimal tourists.
Minimal
Yeah, 'cause
tourists. Like we're
exist,
only
but-
focused on War Kitchen, and now that we're trying to get the business back, there's still no tourists.
Mhm.
We're like, okay, like I don't see any light at the end of the tunnel in terms of the tourism industry, so we have to create our own light,
100%.
which we're doing much better with now that we have our wonderful interns from Masa, who are not only helping put in the legwork, but also like giving us pep talks.
Good. That's
Being
very
the
important.
fresh chickens that they are.
That's very important.
Yeah.
So that's, you touched a little bit on like the biggest challenges that you guys are seeing now. What was your biggest challenge early on, whether if it was like at this space, the previous space, or even when you were like just starting this whole concept out of your living room? What was the biggest challenge early on?
I mean, the challenge now is making enough money.
Mm-hmm.
And Israel
As you
does not
mentioned,
make
yeah.
it easy.
Yeah.
Also being burnt out. Like the war is really taking a heavy toll on us, like just like physically, emotionally.
Yeah.
And before, when I was in my house, I think cleaning up all my kids' toys was the biggest challenge before people would come over. Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm a human. I could present myself, right? So that was a big challenge.
Yeah.
But like in terms of like business, it comes pretty naturally because we're unique and we have a niche in the market and we really care about what we do. So I find that our ideal client does find us, but
Amazing. That's good.
we're learning that marketing needs to happen
For sure.
at this point.
Yeah, it's extremely important for sure. And I think you guys have done a solid job. I mean, like people know Citrus and Salt. I mentioned the name to people, and people definitely have heard of it. So full-time employees is just you and your sister? Okay, and then 2 Masa interns. Nice. Seems like a simple operation.
Yeah, I'd really like to hire somebody to help coordinate more, but
What exactly do you need?
well, I'm going to travel India and Asia for a few
Mhm.
months with my kids and my husband,
Mhm.
so just to help fill in the gaps.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and we also work with guest chefs, which is really helpful. So
With what, sorry?
we also work with guest chefs, so it's like
Oh,
it's
guest
not
chefs.
just me and my sister,
Right.
which is also nice because like we don't know every cuisine in the world. So
Who's a better chef between you two?
she's more like a baker, where she like is very particular, following recipes and able to execute pastry very well. And I'm a more natural born chef, where I just sort of like experiment and flavors come together nicely, which I think works well with like Middle Eastern stuff because it's so much about the fusion of spices. We also need to put the chicken away. Yeah, but you could give some to Eden and my lovely co-host. No, my host.
My
So
co-host.
close. I don't.
You want to join
I
me?
don't own this podcast.
You want to join me on the next episode?
That's too many talking heads.
Yeah.
We have some chicken left over. We need to freeze that we sent to Golani a few days ago.
Nice. I asked you about the challenges in the beginning versus now, but how has your definition for success changed in terms of like this business or for yourself?
I think surviving a war is like a definition of success. You know, we've been very quick on our feet.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to help the
100%.
community while still supporting ourselves most months. It looks very different, you
Yeah.
know.
And now that you're like living in it in wartime, how do you continue to define success? Like, are you, obviously revenue is big because you're running a business, but are there other aspects that you see and you're like, okay, things are going in the right direction?
Well, we aren't having mental breakdowns, and no alcoholism has started, which is great. And our community is rallying around us. Like people come back to events, and we see them at Shabbat. And
Right. So
people are here to
retention is
help.
also, it's good.
Yeah, I know that if I need something, like I needed to talk to a lawyer, and I posted on our groups, and somebody contacted me in like 2 minutes for some free legal advice.
That's great.
So just knowing
That's
that the
very clutch.
community is rallying around us, and that we'll be able to survive long term with that support. And I think success is when we come up with a new idea and people respond to it. That's very satisfying.
100%. Would you say that Citrus and Salt is the final goal or idea, or would you say it's a stepping stone to something bigger in the realm of cooking or community building?
I don't like to limit ourselves. We'll see where we go.
Okay. But in terms of like something that's thought out right now, do Do you have any
I'd like to launch
Any,
more
like,
online
visions?
courses
Mhm.
so people who can't come to Israel can still learn with us.
Right. How do the online courses work? Is it like you guys
It's pre-recorded.
you do it? Nice.
Yeah, so we have one that we launched a few months ago that we actually filmed October 1st last year, so it got put on pause a bit.
Wow.
So I'd like to do that. I'd love to, I mean, before I was like, oh, I want to offer a kosher Jerusalem branch and all this stuff. But now that I've had to deal with like signing on property here and paying business arnona and all the regulations, I don't think I could do it.
Right.
It's not
Not
it's-
now anyways. But
Yeah, it's like
okay.
not.
Cool. I'll recommend one of the courses to my mom and my sister. I feel
I'm good with moms.
I feel like yeah. I feel like they'll like it. Would you ever make a cookbook?
Sure, why not?
And have you started like maybe subconsciously putting together a list of like recipes you like?
Yes,
that
I
you'd
have,
include in
but
there?
I'm really terrible writing down my recipes. It's like one of those grandmas where you're like, just put some in, and people are like, that's terrible. Yeah, I've started putting, but there's like a lot of cookbooks coming out, and I'm like, how
Yeah.
would I set myself apart? You know?
Yeah, I mean, by having your business, you set yourself apart because people that come, I think it's cross promotion.
That's
And
nice. Even a
upselling.
small one.
Yeah, pocket cookbook I think is also very convenient. I did this cooking course. So you've been to Thailand or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just love it.
Okay. Where did you go that inspired your recipes?
Well, everywhere. It's amazing. I have
Yeah.
a pocket cookbook for one of my teachers there.
Nice. What were some places like? Did you do a lot of cooking courses there specifically?
Like 4 or 5.
Where?
My favorite's in Pai. I did
Okay.
private lessons up there with a chef.
No way. That's so
And then I
cool.
did Chiang Mai and maybe Bangkok.
Who did you do in Chiang Mai? You have no idea.
No.
I did an amazing one in Chiang Mai, and we like ate like a couple hours before, and it was such a mistake because it's like 5 or 6 courses, and it's spring rolls, pad thai, then soup, then this, and it was way too much food, but it was cool. It was beautiful.
Really fun.
And they gave us like a pocket cookbook as well.
Yeah.
Did you make any cook any weird animals?
No.
No.
I don't eat weird animals.
Yeah.
For kashrut stuff, so.
Yeah, I mean, so now I don't either, but at the time, like, I grew up like in a kosher home, but we were like in the market in Chiang Mai, and the chef, she said, like, she saw this animal, and she started getting so excited. She's like, oh, we're gonna buy this, we're gonna buy it. So like, okay, sure, buy it. And then she bought it, and we were like, what are we gonna do with it? She's like, we're gonna make soup. It's like, okay, like, what is it? And she's like, bull. So we made some bull soup.
Oh, was it good?
It was solid, but like, I don't know. It wasn't kosher, you know? But it's okay. I'm repenting now.
Is it not kosher?
I don't think it's kosher.
Well, it's a cow. Just a male cow.
Oh, so maybe. I
Don't
know.
quote me on this.
Well,
It's not like way off,
right,
you know?
right. Okay, it's not like a crazy non-kosher animal, but I guess the meat still wasn't kosher. So
Yeah, sure.
I'm
sure.
technically right, but I did imagine a bull being different for some reason from just a male cow.
It's not a snake.
Yeah. Yeah. And what motivates you?
To take care of my children. I also like working for myself. I have a problem with authority, like most Israelis. So be able to set my own hours and stuff, that motivates me.
Wow, that's wild. It doesn't seem like you have a problem with authority, just how you carry yourself. I feel
I
like
don't have like a problem with the police. It's just like
no, you just prefer to be the one in charge.
Yeah, or like be able to set my own day.
Yeah.
And I love cooking. I really enjoy cooking. So it's nice to be able to do something that's creative, that's not in front of the computer all the time.
What percentage of your day do you think you're doing something to do with cooking?
I mean, I cook for myself. I cook
Yeah,
for my kids. I
that's
cook
why.
here.
The business,
But a lot of it, of course, is like back end, billing, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Which reminds me, I have to figure out my taxes. And I try to, minimize the amount of stuff that I hate, like cleaning,
Yeah.
by having my sister clean.
Is that the trick or no?
Well, we actually hired a dishwasher for most of this, so I told him to leave the glasses because we can just put it in the machine.
But you have a dishwasher, a
Uh-huh.
proper. Oh,
But
okay.
like if
That's
you have
very
a big
clutch.
thing, it's like,
Yeah, of course,
you need to run it a few times. So
100%. And how old are your kids?
3 and 6.
3 and 6.
Very cute.
Nice. And what were you motivated by before? Just like the love and passion for cooking?
Yeah, I also really liked meeting people from like outside of Israel, coming to explore the country and being able to talk to them about Israel and the culture and the politics in a safe space for them to be able to really ask and talk to a local.
True.
So,
And you felt well versed enough to like answer questions and stuff?
my first degree is in political science, and my second degree was in conflict resolution and mediation with like a focus on the, creation of the state and, relations and stuff. And then I also was a regional director of World Zionist Organization. I worked for different stuff. So, in terms of like the history,
Yeah.
I was also in the Army for a year here. So like,
Yeah.
I'm not like great at like remembering like dates and stuff, but in terms of
You
like
have the
everyday
knowledge.
experience,
It's in the brain somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somewhere in there.
Nice. And what do you think you'd be doing right now if it wasn't running a business like this?
Don't know. It's like I was like, oh, I could go into high tech and make money and stuff, but
Or what business would you be running alternatively if you would have opened a business, but it wouldn't have been this?
I don't know. I had a jewelry business for a while.
Like
And
handmade or?
Yeah, and then I was like, did side hustles of like doing some singing, like cantorial work in the States, and just
That's
I'm one of
good.
those people who just like started when I was like 10.
Mm-hmm.
The hustle.
You can probably combine the cantoral business in here. And offer your services while you teach the class.
I do sing to my students.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In a cantor-like way?
No.
No.
Usually I just sing along to the calming tune of Ishai Rebo.
Okay. That's a good alternative as well.
What a guy.
Yeah. And what message do you have for people? Because you seem so confident and capable and sure of like being able to do this. What message do you have for people maybe that either want to like do their own thing, start their own thing, or move to Israel and just navigate like life as an adult here?
I think resilience is really key.
Mhm.
Like you have to be able to take the losses as well as the wins. Like, okay, yeah, you have to run an errand 3 times. Don't let it emotionally destroy you. It's not the West. It's a very different mentality. So once I learned that and I was able to like appreciate the beautiful things, then, the rest sort of fell into place.
Yeah.
I think like protecting your own sanity, like I go to yoga and stuff to really be able to like have some sort of routine
That's
there.
good.
And then I don't know, you just have to keep pushing, like you can't just, it's much harder. You have to just keep pushing and being smart and asking for help and
Yeah.
not be shy.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's something. All those things are very true, and I think that last thing is definitely true. I think a lot of people here, especially Olim, like work together and help each other a lot. Like me getting put in contact with you to ask you to do this, and you were like, yeah. Like I was like being careful. I'm like, oh well, I don't know if you'd want to do this, but you're like, yeah, I'll do it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I think like asking, because like if you don't ask, people can't say yes.
100%. A good friend of mine once told me the worst they can say is no.
Yeah, now as a sensitive millennial, no is hard.
Yeah.
But I think also not
Mhm.
knowing when to back down, knowing when to keep pushing. I don't know.
Yeah, 100%. And
Also taking breaks is good, like going to Thailand,
yeah, or India. Where'd you say you're going with your family?
India, but also we're going to Thailand.
Okay, nice.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I wasn't worried. Do you guys have that planned yet, or like booked and planned, or?
No, everything's kind
Somewhere
of
out
like
there.
last minute,
Okay,
It's like
yeah. It's hard though with like the way flights are now. You have to plan in advance.
right. So I'm just like hoping to like maybe we'll like end up in like Dubai and then like make our way to
Okay.
Mumbai or something,
Okay, yeah, that's cool. Have your kids gotten the chance to travel?
Yeah, my son's been to about 13 countries with me. He's been across Asia, Turkey, Europe,
That's amazing.
States. My daughter's been to a bunch too.
Amazing. Hopefully it can continue as they get older and they can actually, remember these like the cooler places.
I'm just
to
like
go.
really happy, like, because
Yeah.
California's a 14-hour flight, so they're
Right.
like really good.
Yeah, that's where you're originally from?
Yeah.
Okay, true. Where in Cali are you from?
Berkeley,
Okay.
it's a cesspool.
But I don't know anything about California. What is it like?
It's the most beautiful place you'll ever be. California is unbelievably
Mhm.
gorgeous. The international food's great. I love my parents.
Berkeley, though, what's
the
like-
culture? It's just like super woke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like a cult. But like it was
Yeah.
like even growing up, it's like one side is evil, one side is righteous, which I always had suspicions about.
Yeah.
But now that it's been empowered by like national like narrative, it's like
Yeah.
super culty.
It's hard to just have a regular conversation.
But yeah, I just emotionally shut down when I'm there and try not to interact.
Yeah. You live in Florentine?
I don't give a time.
Oh, I was gonna say because Florentine is like no, like obviously.
Oh, hardly. It's like-
no, I know. It's an exaggeration. I was gonna say like it's a close second, but obviously not.
Not at
Obviously
all.
nowhere
Like
near,
I have absolutely no problem with like celebrating life with left and right wing people.
Yeah.
Especially here when we all have a national interest in surviving.
100%.
And usually, people just have different paths to do that. Totally respect difference of opinion. The same in the States. If people are able to have conversations about politics, even if you don't agree, but knowing that at the end of the day, people usually want to be able to provide for their family, live safely,
Mm-hmm.
be kind, all fine. But I find that people like shut down. If you don't like agree with like who they're voting for, they like freak out and like
Yeah.
get violent.
I
So-
agree.
Like
Well, yeah, we're in Israel, so it's okay. We don't have to.
all right, so I'm not emotionally triggered all the time, okay?
Yeah.
And if I
Okay.
need to yell at somebody, you just yell at them.
Yeah.
And sometimes
Do you
you do it
yell?
in Hebrew.
Do you
it's
yell at your interns?
Never. They're perfect angels.
If they weren't perfect angels?
No, I would never yell. You only yell at the guy who's like endangering his life, like jumping out in front of your car in a scooter,
Yeah.
like
That's fair.
where you're like, be careful, or like if somebody's
That's
being-
not yelling though.
no, or if somebody's being like ridiculous in their car.
Yeah. Like that's a
You
nice way
have
to
to
yell.
at them.
Be careful.
No, I
I've
mean,
heard
like,
some worse things yelled. No.
No, I have had to yell at people when they're being
Yeah.
terrible, but only because I'm Israeli now.
Yeah.
And they should compliment me for my Hebrew one. I'm
Yeah.
like, wow.
Yeah, they should notice and be like,
Wow, great job, lady.
you just said that.
Sometimes you start a fight, but then you end up like friends with them. So
Yeah.
that's fine.
No, that was a big proud moment for me. Like since I moved here, I had one time I was moving a shelf and I put it down on the street and there was a car parked right next to it. And then I think I walked like 3 steps away. I was answering a call. And then I'm on the phone and the guy who owns the car right next to it like comes to me and starts yelling at me in Hebrew, like asking me like why it's there. And I went off like in the Hebrew that I know and I was like, it's not doing anything to you. Like it's not bothering you. It's not touching your car. Like
Just
are
trying to
you
live my
good?
life, man.
Yeah, and no, but it was a proud moment because I felt like the Israeli rage and chutzpah. Like it was good. I haven't been able to do it since though, so I can't celebrate it too much just yet. What other hobbies
Yeah,
do you
hobby.
do you enjoy?
I just started watercoloring again. It's very
Nice.
zen.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't get a lot of hobbies. I'm a mom.
yeah. Okay, yeah. Actually, you already mentioned yoga as well, so
That's a hobby.
okay,
Try to be
Cool.
consistent, man. Once
Yeah.
a week.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And your husband is Israeli?
Yeah, he's a psychiatric nurse from Jerusalem.
Nice.
Yep.
So your kids are growing up with 2 languages.
Yeah.
Good for
Bless
them.
them.
That's that's a huge blessing.
They're kind of more cheeky in Hebrew, though, you know?
Oh yeah. So their Hebrew is better than yours, I assume, or no? Your Hebrew's like,
Not yet.
oh yeah, they're only 3.
Rude.
They're only 3, but the 6-year-old maybe.
I have like another year or two.
It's funny that it will get to a point where
100%.
they're growing up.
As it
Obviously.
should be.
Yeah. That's
And
funny.
then I'll remind them that English is the lingua franca, okay?
Yeah.
And whatever.
Yeah, it's gonna be similar. Like, so my mom was born in Colombia. I
Mm.
was born in Colombia, but I moved to Miami, so I'm pretty Americanized, as you can hear.
But English is your second language.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But my subconscious is in English already. Like, I'm Americanized, right? But my mom still has the accent, the Latin accent, because obviously she grew up in Colombia. So, like, me and my siblings like poke fun and like laugh at the way she says some things.
Rude.
So it's gonna be like your
Kids are
Israeli
such
kids
assholes.
are gonna laugh at you for like, you're gonna say like, they're gonna be like, what? Like, just like a simple English word, But that's funny for you.
So follow us on Instagram at Citrus and Salt Cooking. He'll put a link. Our website is citrusandsaltcooking.com. Message us with any questions. We'd love to host you here or come to one of our free community events. Come volunteer with us or just come by for a coffee. We're really hoping to grow our community and meet more English and Hebrew speakers, Spanish, French. Everybody is welcome. And we're in Florentine, so pretty easy to get to.
That was a good pause on the to pronounce Florentine.
Yeah, you noticed that?
Yeah, I do it with Rothschild.
Rothschild. Oh, yeah.
Rothschild. That's how Americans say it. Follow the podcast on Instagram, Into Reality Pod, on YouTube, Into Reality Pod. The links are all in the Instagram bio. The SEO is being worked on right now, so if you can't find it, just go on the Instagram bio, Into Reality Pod. You can see the TikTok there, YouTube, the website, etc. Thank you for having the conversation.
Thanks for having
It was
me.
great to meet you. Great to get to know you in the business, and I look forward to hopefully coming to events here or doing stuff and helping out.
All right.
All right.
Gotta.
Cheers.